Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for October 28th, 29th, and 30th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, if you're new to the channel, or if you just want to bypass and cross-watch, then down there under the description is a timestamp, because this is the introduction and it's on all the videos. So if you want to bypass, go straight to whatever the video is you want, the part of the video you want, go down there, okay? Okay. Now, you know that this is the weekend, and I want to thank everyone. I am starting to feel better. I'm starting to actually have more energy, which is wonderful. I will be getting on soon. I've been reading the comments, but I haven't been able to answer the comments just yet. I go to answer the comments and say, oh, I think I need a little nap. Sorry, so I'm still napping during the day. Whatever this is, it's not horrible. It just makes you want to sleep. So don't worry about any of this. Carve out some time should this happen where you can get some rest. Chicken noodle soup or chicken soup, wonderful, wonderful recovery tool. Anyway, this is the weekend, so I am going to be using my Radley Valentine deck, my Angel Tarot cards. For the main reading, I will use my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. I will use my Doreen Virtue and Grant Virtue, the Angels of Abundance, and of course I'll pull one from my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, because this is the introduction, I am going to be using my Waite Rider Tarot deck, and I'll pull about 3 cards from there, and then I will pull one from my Colleen Barrett Reed, The Good Tarot. I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. Just remember, these are general readings. They may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest, okay? Okay. Now, just kind of going over what's the weird stuff going on in the world. You know, we are in Scorpio season. As of today, we are having that new moon. It was a partial solar eclipse, which actually gives a really big jump start to whatever's going to be happening right now. And then in 2 weeks later, we are going to have that full moon, and it's going to be a Taurus full moon, and it will be a total lunar eclipse. Now, normally that's not so bad, but we are in the, and I shouldn't say so bad, we are in the Taurus. Taurus is in the northern node and Scorpio is in the southern node. Scorpio has this, Scorpio in the southern node brings about a lot of karmic past, okay? While Taurus in that northern node is about building a future. But we are in the karmic past. We are dealing with some things that maybe we didn't deal with right, or maybe we were just not aware of. And remember too, and I know you have to look at this whole big thing, and it gets very, very overwhelming. You know, I talk about Saturn, illusion versus reality, and so many things that we haven't really looked at that's the reality of our world. Then we have something that just went on, or I talked about the full moon, and that's going to have some Uranus type of influences, really, really strong Uranus type, to the point people have said that, when I just do my research, a lot of this is what I get from my feelings and from my research per se, or how I interpret what I'm getting from research. But they're saying that there's going to be so much of this. It's going to be very structured, very strictured. It's just going to be very boxed in type of energy, especially around that full moon. So, so that in itself, very, very tight. And again, I'm always talking about that good old Saturn in Aquarius. Now, the other thing that we need to talk about is, basically we have we have Jupiter that has been retrograding, and it is retrograding from Aries into Pisces. Now, I'd said it wasn't necessarily going slow, but it is starting to go slow, because around November, I'm not sure, November 20th or something, it starts to go direct again. So this goes back into that it's starting to go direct, retrograde stationary. And this is where things start to look at, I'm always thinking the stationary part is where the energies are really concentrating on whatever needs to happen now. Okay, so it is doing that. But then we also have on the 29th Mercury entering Scorpio. So again, news, news, electronics, hearing things, just fast acting, almost like not being able to hold on to your hat. Remember, it's like hold on to your hat, where, things are about to get shaky now, or things are about to move fast. That's what's going to be happening more with Mercury in Scorpio. And remember, Scorpio to me does not like secrets. Scorpio also has that transformation type of energy, such as Pluto has, the rising of the Phoenix. But another interesting part, though, is October 30th. Mars is going retrograde. So what's interesting about that is we're coming to the end of a retrograde season. Okay, I think that even Neptune goes direct, I think, in early December. So we're coming to this towards the end, where it should be tapering off the retrogrades, and now we have a new retrograde that is going into place. So those are little oddities. Another little oddity. So what does it mean? It just means that things are happening that we are not used to seeing happening. And again, it's like all of this planetary movement wants to really shake things up more and more and more. Now, the other interesting thing that's kind of lovely for us, though, is I did post, I think it was more on Facebook. I'm sorry, not feeling as well. I did not post it on our community chat, here. But I posted this thing with Venus. Venus goes through this cycle. It's a 1-year cycle, but then it does it 8 years in a row. And when it does this, and if you look at the computer simulation of it all, it turns into this beautiful flower pentagram, very loving, just very beautiful to behold. Now, for the last 90 plus years, this petal journey, and like I said, it does it every 8 years. Each petal starts and has been ending in Scorpio. This time around, it is doing it in Libra. So it will be doing this for a good another 90 to 100 years, where it starts in Libra season and then it ends in Libra season. And like I said, it does this for an 8-year cycle until it comes to the beginning again, and it creates something quite beautiful. It really, really is a beautiful thing. So let's see what we have here. Venus is in Scorpio. We are in Scorpio. The new moon is in Scorpio. We do have, like I said, Mercury is entering into Scorpio, and Mars in Gemini is going retrograde at 9:26 a.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. And, that's Mars. Now, I do associate Mars with Aries because Mars is Aries. Aries is Mars. Greek, Roman mythology, whatever you want to say. But Mars is also very strongly connected with that recycle, that death, birth type of energy of Scorpio. So I just feel like these 2 weeks, there's just a lot of interesting stuff, and just be prepared for an interesting ride. The other thing, though, is not to worry about any of it. Not to worry about any of it. These are things that happen, and we just continue. Whatever is going on in the world, in the universe, no matter how, it can feel very, very stressful, and I do get stressed too, but I still have to live my life, okay? And I still work to keep my vibrations high, because that's part of our job, is to keep our vibrations high. Lots of activity happening this coming weekend, coming and going. We have the 8 of rods, 8 of fire. Lots of activity happening. Again, not knowing if we're coming or going. Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Passionate, very burning, very determined energy. 8, unlimited opportunities and possibilities. Things happening that we're not necessarily, like I said, things happening that we're not necessarily in the best control of. But it's not horrible energy. It's not out of control energy. They are, but again, we don't know if it's coming or going. Okay, let's see what else we might have here. Remember, rods, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, burning, passionate, determined. Next card up, the World. So this is reverse. So the reversed energy has, to me, it's a little stronger energy. Other people read reverse cards differently. I just say, hey, pay attention. So we have a 21, we have a 2. 2 is choices, decisions. We have a 1, new beginning. The World is basically things are completed, things are done, things are happening, but you've done what you needed to do. Now, could it just be that there's a lot of, could we just read it very simply that there's a lot of activity going on in the world? We don't know if we're coming or going. Definitely we can do that. But the World does give a very good vibration that says, again, not to worry, not to stress. These are things that have to happen. They have to happen in order for a lot of that, a lot of what I was just saying in the heavens to be completed. Okay, next card is, now we have that 7. We have that 7. 7 is a divine number to me. It is a divine number. It gives me a divine umbrella. It says that even if things are happening you don't like, it is happening for a reason, and there is a divine covering. Okay, now we have a sword energy. Sword energy is our air energy. It is our Aquarius, our Gemini, and our Libra energy. So, basically, Aquarius and Gemini have a lot going on in the game right now. They're, Gemini, Mars, by going retro, is going to be covering a lot of old ground. And like I said, whenever things, and it's retro stationary right now. So it's kind of watching and seeing, what do I need to do? But as it goes retro and it starts to pick up a little more movement, it goes and really looks at what was left undone. So, what else needs to be cleaned up? Now, we do see this guy. This does have a kind of that 5 of sword energy where he's kind of has that sneaky snake energy. So swords is about making plans, thinking things through. It is about basically, like I said, hearing news too. But it's all about, hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. But so, like I said, there is that sneaky snake type of stuff. But the 7 of swords to me is giving me a trickster energy right here. It's kind of like, look over there, don't look over here. So let me divert your attention. I'm kind of like, while you're thinking everything's all nice over here, I'm making way, and I'm taking the 5 swords over here. So there is a sneaky snake energy here, but there's also a trickster energy. So be aware of your environment. Be aware of, like I said, this has to do with making plans, but it's also hearing news. It's also strategy. So again, it's, does it concern the world? It could. The world, though, does give us that energy that says, not to worry so much. But lots happening. Look over here. Don't look over there. There's a trickster energy. There's a diversion energy, and it surrounds the world. So let's see what we've got going on here. Let's see. For this energy, for this going on. Higher power. Now remember, if I didn't say this, I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power, Holy Spirit, God, whoever that is that you say. I say God, Holy Spirit, and just say whatever you want, whatever this is your channel, not mine. So here we go. Let's see what we've got. Higher power. What else is there about this weekend? Interesting times. As always, interesting times. You ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, how lovely is this? Okay, so again, reversed. We have drawn the Tower card. So this is a 16, this is a 1, new beginning, 10, transitional energy. 6 is the number of man. It's the energy you put into something. 1 plus 6, though, is a 7. So it is divinely covered. It is divinely guided. It is the Tower card. It is where everything feels like it's falling apart and falling down. But again, it's one of these times that it has to do this. Now, there is also a very big cleansing with this falling. There is this there's a sense of, whatever this is that's falling apart, it is getting rid of the things that we don't need anymore. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's easy energy. It doesn't mean that it's easy to get through. We have to maintain, we just have to keep our eyes, on this world card. We have to remember things will turn around. Things will, everything goes full circle energy. But the Tower card is not necessarily a pleasant card to go through. But in order for something to be, to be rebuilt, or I shouldn't say rebuilt, in order for something to be built, it needs solid ground. I do get this energy with this, though. I am picking up a lot of the gray energy here, but I do have that blue sparkles, not sparkles, but the blue kind of shining through also. But the gray energy is not necessarily, like I said, it's not necessarily a positive, but it's something that has to be done in order for things to be moving on. Okay? Interesting stuff. Can't really tell you, we will see what we will see. Please take a moment. I know being off that one time, it messes up the algorithm so much. So I would really appreciate it if you could like, share, subscribe, click on the bell, comment. If you've done all of that, undo it and do it again. I get a lot of people telling me that, my videos just don't pop up. I do put them in playlists, and I also get a lot of people telling me that there's missing videos. And I know I really don't post anything until I have all the videos ready to go. So if you could do that, I'd appreciate it. I'm a small channel, and that would just help a lot. Anyway, why don't we get started with our videos now? Hello, my Tauruses. We're in interesting times right now, aren't we? And we're going to be coming up in 2 weeks to your full moon with a total lunar eclipse. And there's all that, that Uranus is in positive places, and yet at the same time it's putting pressure on everything. Not knowing what to expect, except that I think that this is a 2-week period that there is a lot to work on, to get rid of, to clean, to just get ready. And I do think that things will feel lighter on the other side of your full moon. But I do think it's a very positive full moon for you. Okay? So I feel like we're in a crunch time right now. We're in a crunch time, for you as we lead up to that. But again, it is a waxing moon, so keep requesting, keep getting your dream board out, your vision board, keep putting out your, your journals, all of that stuff. Keep going out there and just saying, this is what I want, this is what I want. Okay, but I do feel it's like crunch time, and crunch time is like when, it's like, okay, we got like a few seconds left, and somebody's got to win the score. Somebody's got to score in order to win the game. So I feel like that's my Taurus energy. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Higher power. What do you want to say for my Tauruses right now? And many times over, like darkest before the dawn, sometimes we don't think that we're going to win the game. And then that's when the surprise, shot, kick, hit happens. Okay, reversed. Let's see what we've got for my Tauruses. Well, Ace of Earth. Earth energy, your energy. Virgo energy, Capricorn energy, money energy, house energy, home energy, career energy, creating something, maybe a new business energy, a new venture energy. This is all very positive, moving, creating. I know it's not a 3, and that's more creation, but this is starting something. This is getting your hands dirty, and I don't mean that in a horrible way, like getting your hands in the ground, and maybe it's ground, maybe it's starting at the ground and working your way up energy. But the Ace of Earth is also new beginnings, and it is a new start. It is a new way of making money. It is it's a new avenue of money coming in. it talks about, so there is a money opportunity, a money thought, a money like, oh my gosh, has anyone ever thought to do this type of energy for this weekend? And again, too, and I didn't talk about this, is that we are coming up to All Hallows Eve, then the next day, All Souls Day, or All Saints Day, Samhain. I mean, we have a lot of very thinning energy between the veil and now. Now, you being as psychic as you are, you have to make sure you're protected, but you can use that energy to help further, in a positive way, in a protected way, to help further your plans, okay, in a tangible way. Okay, the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. Next card, reversed, the moon. So there could, so we have a 1, 1, 8. So we know 1, we know 10 is transition, 0, God's source, 8 is unlimited opportunities, possibilities. 1 plus 8 is 9. Let's wrap it up. You've got everything you need. The moon, we are in the middle of not quite the middle, but we just had the new moon, which is, the crescent, the solar eclipse moon, very, in some ways, a new moon begins a season, but a solar eclipse moon kind of ends a season. So it's kind of a transit. It's like ending, beginning, ending, beginning. And then it's going to be coming to your moon. So there's something about this time with this moon energy. And just between, just having that very thin veil, get out there. Now, the thing about the moon, this is also Archangel Heniel. The thing about the moon is this is a very strong time for you, my Tauruses, to use that psychic insight that I was telling you about, trusting your gut. But you want to make sure, again, I really feel that like somebody out there needs to really make sure that there is protection, okay? Because sometimes there's seduction in the psyche, okay, in the psychic realm. There's seduction, and it's, well, wow, I really like that idea, but it's not necessarily the best place for you. So you want to make sure that what you're seeing, whether that, in what you're seeing, you want to make sure that it's going to have, the ultimate good will be for you, okay, or for those that you love or care about. Now, the thing about the moon is it doesn't show you everything. You only get a little sliver. So some part of that, it only lights up a certain pathway. So some part of that will be through faith. And, and some part of that will just be through, I don't know, I just have to do this. I have to go this way. So, I would say that at least this weekend you're going to be feeling it very strongly. You're going to be feeling that psychic pull, that supernatural pull, that metaphysical pull very strongly. I would say that it's going to even continue at least through your full moon, okay? So, important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. Now, that's always an interesting thing with fear. Fear, tool of the devil. But again, too, we don't want to be foolish either. So, let's see what we got here. Well, we have the Ace of Fire. So we have a 1, 1, 8, 1, 1, 8, 1, 1. Type, lots of 1 energy there, new beginning, new start. Fire is our Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, passionate, burning, very determined. Jupiter just transitioned into, retroed back into Pisces, where it's about dreams, but it will come back into Aries in December 20th. Don't count, don't put that. I kind of feel like it's December 2nd, or no, maybe December 20th, okay? So it will be transitioning back into Aries. So that's where you kind of really get your work done. That's where you're really going to find some manifestations that, all the stuff that you're doing now really starts to come to life then. But however, it doesn't mean this weekend, though, has a lot of this new beginning energy to it. And again, fire is very strong energy, committed, it's very burning. It's very intense energy too. So something's happening this week, and the thing is, you may not quite see it, you may not quite know it, but you're going to definitely feel it. An exciting new opportunity, career advancement. Change your life now. So they're saying it's life-changing in a very positive way. Okay, so a lot of 1s there, there's that 8. So, so that's 9, 10, 11, so 11, 1, 1 again, 2 choices, decisions. let's see what we've got here now. Higher power, what do you have? And he looks very proud of himself with this. And he's got that full moon back there. And remember, full moon, your moon, full moon, lunar eclipse. Major, a total lunar eclipse. So really big stuff with that one. Okay, let's see what we've got going here. Ooh, okay, 4. Now, 4 has stability, has leadership, has organization. This has that discontentment and boredom. Maybe you're feeling it, but you just don't want to wait for it anymore. Maybe, or it could just be that it's time now to make that change. It's time now for you to leave something behind and you to go forward with something. Or maybe it's just that, maybe you're living a very steady life right now and it's not necessarily as fulfilling. So again, the time could be very right for some major changes. Let's see. Tell me what this means. Tell me what this one means to you. Discontentment and boredom. I don't know. It could, like I said, it could just be that it's now time. It's now time, and you're more than ready for it. But when you're discontented, when you're bored, and new opportunities come, I do kind of say again, connect with your higher power. Pray on it, meditate on it. See that it is the right thing that you're supposed to be doing. Because this can be very, like I said, this can look very seductive, especially if you're in if you're not necessarily feeling like, or you're feeling, I'm so ready for a change. And then change comes. It's like, okay, make sure that you think a little bit through. Anyway, let's see what we've got going here. What do we have angels of abundance for? Oh, okay, you want to stay? Sure. We're going to put you over here. Here we go. Moonlighting. You can start working on your, okay, and that could be it. Maybe you're ready to just jump right in and you still have to do some work yet. You can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. And that could be too, because many times it's like, why do I have to do this? I want to do this. Could be that. Okay, let's see what we have for my Tauruses, what crystals, energies for you. What do we have, my wonderful, wonderful Tauruses? Well, it looks like timing. And again, I was saying more that, I think that this is going to be more when, it's like it's there, and maybe you're going to be, like moonlighting is saying, you're going to be giving a little bit of time to this, and you're doing more time to this, and then I think that this is going to be more around that when Jupiter goes back into Aries. Okay, let's see what we've got. Fire. Well, that would make sense with what I just said. Passionate, creation, travel, courage. It does not mean that you just stop, though, everything now. Interesting stuff, my Tauruses. Please let me know what it means. Okay. Also, too, please take the moment, please take the time to like, share, subscribe, and click on the bell for notifications. You really help my channel out. You help me out when you do that. As always, though, my Tauruses, this is the most important part. Always know that you are loved, stay shining, and be blessed. Bye-bye.